short-term and long-term coordination method, aspects of short-term and long-term coordination methods. So here in general, the power is generated in the thermal power station, and that power is transmitted to the distribution system, isn't it? So generation station to distribution system. Now here suppose if any, our as an electrical engineer, our aim is to meet the demand, that is we are providing the supply to the consumer without any interruption, isn't it? So we are giving the supply continuously, there is no interruptions there. Depends on the time and depends on the climatic nature and depends on the weather, depends on the festival, that is the situation, the power utilized by the consumer gets varied. So to meet the requirement, we are going to combine the thermal power station along with the another power station. Here we are going to consider a hydro power plant. The thermal power plant combined with the hydro power plant. In this case, we are going to consider the two cases. One is short-term capacity, another one is long-term. In short-term capacity, we are considering the thermal power station, the power is generated. So we are along with this to meet the demand, we are getting power from the hydro power plant. For short-term, the short-term we are considering the daily load cycle. That is, we are going to generate the power for an hour per day, for a particular hour per day. That power is generated by the thermal power plant. Generated by the hydro power plant. The hydro power plant needs water, isn't it? The water is stored in the reservoir. So depends on the requirement, this hydro power plant generates the power. For short-term short-term capacity or short-term requirement, we use a small pondage. We use a very small pondage, and from this small pondage we are going to generate the power, and that power is combined with the thermal power station. Thermal power that will be the required demand. This is for short-term. For long-term generation, so in general, during rainy condition. In rainy condition, we have enormous amount of water. But in the dry season, that is the summer season, the amount of water gets decreased. At the same time, during rainy season, the power required by the consumer is less. But under summer season, the power demand is more. So depends on that, we are going to satisfy, that is we are going to combine this thermal power station with the hydro power station. In long-term or in short-term power station, we are going to consider a daily load curve. But in long-term power station, suppose the power needed for a week or for a month. That means thermal power station combined with the hydro power plant for a week or for a month, for a long period, that is called as long-term power generation. Okay, in long-term power generation, normally we are considering a small pondage is not enough. A river is, that is off river is needed. So power is generated by using the river, and in the river we are using the water from the river, and we are going to produce the electricity. That electricity is combined with the thermal power station to meet the to satisfy the consumer. Okay, but this is for long-term power generation. In general, we are going to, there are three ways. That is optimization. At what condition we are going to on hydro power plant, and what condition we are going to on the thermal power station, and how long this hydro power plant will be operated. So everything is calculated by using the simulation for long-term operational period and composite hydraulic simulation model and statistical protection cost model. These three methods are used to find the long-term power generation. Then the factors, what are the factors needed, or what are the factors we are going to consider to find out this long-term capacity, that is long-term operational time period. So for long-term, first one is load cycle. Monthly load cycle or weekly load cycle is necessary. Depends on that only we are going to generate the power by using the hydro power plant. Okay, then incremental fuel cost of thermal power plant depends on the consumer, that is depends on the power demand. We are going to increase the power in the thermal power station. So once the power is increased, what about this? Fuel cost also gets increased, isn't it? So incremental fuel cost of thermal power station and expected water inflow in, automatically water is also needed. That is a higher amount or less amount, whatever it is. So that we are expected water inflow in hydro power stations. Once the load cycle is known, for this period, this area requires this much amount of power. Depends on that, we design that. So for this much amount of power, we need this much amount of, that is we require this much amount of fuel in thermal power station, and this much amount of power is needed in hydro power. Okay, so the load cycle is a very important factor. Depends on that only we are going to consider these two cases. That is the expected the fuel cost of thermal power station and water inflow of hydro power station. Then incremental transmission loss. So once if the loss gets increased, power is increases, what about this? Losses also get increased. Then hydro power generation. How much amount of power is generated? Hydro power generation and incremental transmission loss. These are all the factors we are going to consider for designing the ground. Then for some important methods for short term, already I know the short term power plant, that is the short term only used for particular hour only. Okay, it is used for a very short period. Then constant hydro generation method and constant, these are all the methods to find out the short term. Some methods are used for long term. We are going to use the optimization method, but in short term we are using some methods. Constant hydro generation method, constant thermal generation method, maximum hydro efficiency method, and fixed-payers method. These four methods are used to calculate or to find out the short term capacity. Okay, so these four methods are used to calculate by the short term method. First one, constant hydro generation method. Second one, constant thermal generation method. Third one, maximum hydro efficiency method. And fourth one, fixed-payers method. Constant hydro generation method. That means the water head level is constant. So protection, this generation of hydro or thermal power plant is constant. Depends on the load, we are going to change the output of thermal power plant. So output of thermal power generation by using the power generated by using the hydro power plant is constant, and depends on the load, the thermal power generation gets varied. This is called as constant hydro thermal power generation. Then the second, constant thermal, that is the power generated by the thermal power station is constant. That is the fuel utilized by the thermal power station is constant, and depends on the demand. What we are going to do? Changing the hydro power plant, the power generated by the hydro power plant. So in constant thermal power plant, the power generated by the thermal power plant is constant, which means the fuel utilized by the thermal is constant, and the varying power is get from hydro power plant. Here the varying power is get from thermal power plant, and the water head level is constant here. Then the third one, maximum hydro efficiency method. That is efficiency is maximum. So in efficiency during peak load period and off peak load period. During peak load period, this hydro power plant operates at maximum efficiency. Peak load period, this hydro power plant operates at maximum efficiency. During off peak load period, the hydro power plant operates nearer to the maximum efficiency. It does not operate at full maximum efficiency. This operates nearer to the maximum efficiency. So by that is maximum hydro efficiency method. Okay, of two loads, peak load and off peak load. Peak load, the hydro power plant operates at maximum efficiency, and off peak load, the hydro power plant generation is operated at nearer to the maximum efficiency with specified power generation. For that particular amount of power generation, it is operated for a nearer to the maximum efficiency. Okay, then these are all the methods to calculate the short term.